Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I am joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. But you already know when we're on the same side of the table, it's a motherfucking guest episode, and we have up-and-coming comedian, Mr. Eric Scott.
Yes, sir.
Dawg.
Thank you for having me.
He got it.
Boys.
All the plugs. All the stuff.
Plugs. Local dumb broke idiot Eric Scott on the podcast, baby.
Like a super close up of your face. Just like.
Yeah, Ryan gave me that nickname, the Dawg, bro. And
Ryan's the one that did that?
Yeah, he did.
It's so funny to get a nickname from the shortest man in Atlanta comedy.
It's a pretty good one, though.
Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, because it's kind of a joke, but I got a fun little joke, a fun little bit out of it. But just the nicknames are so funny because then you have people that obviously in the scene get up with nicknames and you're like, dude, it's all a joke. It's all fun. We're not being serious here, bro. I'm not.
I love when people have they have the four names in their, you know what I mean? An open mic.
Yeah.
Marco, the funniest. You're like, damn, dude.
The funniest, the handsomest, the most mysterious. Yeah. Marco Rubio coming to the stage.
I mean, I've seen somebody at an open mic do the wah on their phone into the microphone.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. But honestly, I respected it. I was like,
Carter Deems is the only guy who's allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And that's because he brings a little speaker on stage.
I was going to say, he has like a whole thing.
No, seeing somebody anytime you see somebody put the phone screen up to the speaker up to the mic.
That's a tough.
Yeah, you're like, this is not a bit anymore. This is just sad. Whatever.
It's the saddest version of prop comedy.
You're like, oh no, dude, he's playing a YouTube video.
Put Zeitgeist on.
Hey, I almost did that the other day at work. I told you I was drowning in Tartaria, and I was like, I don't have the fucking facts in front of me, dude. I'm about to pull a video out.
Yeah.
Because I was getting grilled. I just brought it up to be like, hey, have you ever heard of this interesting thing? And they were just like, what do you mean? What year are we talking about? I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know I was dealing with archaeologists. Christ. Defending the official narrative of Egypt. You're like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, getting disgusted immediately into a conversation has got to be top 3 worst feelings ever, bro. When you're so excited to talk to somebody and then they just turn and look at you and you're like, well, this conversation's over. I don't need to speak to you anymore.
Yeah, or they're like prying way into it and you're like, I mean, I'm not a fucking expert. I just watched 5 minutes of a video. Thought we could talk about it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with talking to college students about shit like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, have you guys ever done any shows at colleges? I know that's like an old I'm sure you guys remember like coming up. I know you guys are like a little bit older than me, but all the stories I heard, all my favorite comedians were like college shows are the worst shows to do stand up at. Yeah.
I did some when I was in college.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. Just
where? Like at a bar or like on campus?
I did one that was two that were on campus.
Ooh, okay.
Two on campus events were never fucking cool.
You're just supposed to be doing a presentation. You're doing jokes.
It was actually, I did not get a good grade for those sets.
The slides.
You're doing a set as your PowerPoint in communications.
You're doing a type 5. You get a 105. You know, the first slide of your slideshow just says Trent Ludzak.
Trent Ludzak. You're like, bitches be shopping. You have
you've just got your Venmo underneath your name.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and hit the cash app.
Dude, speaking of, I ripped a new joke last night, Keegan, that got me $13 the first time I did the joke.
I forgot about
Really?
Yes, I guess I'll just burn it now, bro. I was doing a new joke yesterday. I wrote it yesterday morning. I had to, it's the joke's like, I'm so broke. I had to record my new voicemail yesterday, and I was like, fuck it. My Venmo is Eric Scott 123 or whatever. And then I did the silly little joke, and Ryan made me. I said a joke about not pandering for jokes, but I'll pander for money.
That's
and
nice.
afterwards, Ryan made me pander for money, like in front of the room.
Like read out it. Dude, Ryan really does become a little Napoleon in that. He gets, but like it's so fun. That's the fun of it. Is he's just going wild as the host.
Oh yeah,
I'm like developing almost like a WWE level storyline with Ryan over the course of that show at this point. It's so fun.
Oh, it's the best, bro. I mean, that's a chaotic one for sure too. But early stand up, I was very intimidated of that place because like a couple months, and a year ago was like first time even going in there. And I remember going in there for the first time, and I was terrified. I had no idea what to do. I was like just planning, my dumb shit that I was trying to get in and out of.
Had you done other bar mics?
I had barely done any, bro. That was very early on, and I had eaten shit at the Skull for the first time, bro.
Nice.
Quiet drive over there. I went to Ship and Anchor, and I was in that loud, rowdy room.
Yeah.
And I got up on that little stage, and I was like, I have a gun in my waistband. And then the whole place got quiet, and I was like, all right, I just want to see how quiet this place could get. And then just like erupted in laughter.
That's so fun.
Yeah. The quiet drive really struck a nerve. I've had plenty of those quiet drives.
Yeah, I mean, and full disclaimer, that is a joke. The room did erupt in laughter, and that was like one of the first nice little laughs I got, especially after the quiet drive. And I was like, yes, dude.
Dude, I've had quiet drives home from Savannah.
Oh, that's a long quiet drive.
Yeah, you drive down there and bomb. You're like, what am I doing? I had that one where we did Over the Limit, where we had a comedy show where we breathalyzed people to see, and you had to be over the limit. And it was a real shit show of just a shit show of a weekend. And I remember it was me and Khaled, and we didn't talk for a good hour and a half. And then the only thing he said is he just quietly was like, maybe we probably shouldn't do this show anymore.
Bro,
it was just like a very hungover, been thinking the same thing.
Might have run its course.
Just staring out the window like a sad music video. Just fuck.
That's just like a reverse rowdy mic too, though. When all the comics are hammered, then everyone in the crowd is like, "What the fuck, dude? These guys are fucked up."
Sometimes that happens.
Rowdy.
Yeah, you had to. That was the thing too. We had to really promote it so that the crowd would come as rowdy as we were.
Oh,
and it was always like, don't put us on a fucking Wednesday.
Dude,
you're going to get a whirlwind of 7 comics.
You guys were going crazy.
Yo, give it up for the drunkest show possible.
Yeah, dude. We did one in Savannah, and we had literally people throwing up behind comedians in a giant trash can.
Yeah, that's where all the nicknames are liquor bottle related. Like, give it up for Keegan, Kettle One, Ray.
Let me tell you. I was Keegan Ketamine Ray. Whoops, I did not ketamine to do this. I was in the Uber on the ride over, and I looked at the girl I was dating, and I just stared at her, and she goes, "What? No, I made a mistake." I was like, there's no coming back from this. This is not a performing drug, as they would say.
Damn. Dude, we had a fun little night at Ship. Do you ever pop out down over there?
No, I haven't really been popping anywhere, man. I got the kids, so I've just been dealing with that.
Hell yeah. Dude.
I don't really get to do the podcast and jiu-jitsu and comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You should drop jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that is a tough one to drop, though. Because I imagine once you start, I'd probably be I got to become the best.
Once you feel the warm embrace of a man, it's hard to let that go.
Dude, let me tell you, not to get
hard
off
to go back
on
to
a
your
tangent,
wife and kids.
I try not to talk about jiu-jitsu all the time, but I got fucking wrecked by a girl the other day. She fucking wore me out, dude. I looked at her and she's like, "You want to roll?" And she was like this little short black chick, and I was like, "Sure." I'm like, "How bad could it be?" So I was just like, "I'll get a nice break." Dude, she was so strong that I was just like, guess I'll just chill out. And then she started slamming me around and like got on top of me. And I was like, this bitch is about to choke me out. Like, dude, she had me in a fucking arm bar. I was like, no, like I'm not getting tapped. Dude, you could tell she wanted to choke me out. She's like, this fucking loser white boy has no idea I'm about to whip his ass. She's a belt higher than me, so she should be beating me up. But it was crazy.
I figured you would have known that for sure was not a break, and B, I mean, just to get your ass whooped and get hard too is the craziest thing
I didn't
possible.
even think about that because she was smothering my face into the mat. There was no this is sexy. It was literally like, dude, this bitch is mean. Like I was like, get off of me.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't want to tap. That was it. It went from like, oh, this would be a good break to like, oh my God, I don't want to tap. That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Dude, if any small chick comes up to you in the jiu-jitsu gym and says anything, you just have to say, I respect you.
I should have known. Yeah. I should have known. When I looked over and she was like, do you want to roll? I outweigh that bitch by 60 pounds.
She was confident.
She knew that. It's not like she didn't know that.
Yeah, she was staring at me like, no, I'm about to wear his ass out.
She was hoping you were really, really going to want to roll with her and be like, he thinks he's going to kick my ass. Yeah. That is a nice...
You don't want to be on people's highlight reels. You know what I mean?
No. Like, you don't want them to be telling their friends, I crushed this guy today.
I don't want her getting up and like TikTok dancing.
Yeah, that is really good for her too.
Like, you had a phone set up that whole time?
Like one of the girls in the gym that's just catching guys looking at them.
I would break her phone. Like immediately I would go over there and just Gronkowski spike her phone into the ground.
Oh yeah, that's the age-old internet.
Get her
joke.
to tag me in it, and then I would fucking finish the story. Be like, this is me getting fucking drugged across the mat by this chick.
Show me the video.
Yeah, I hit people with like, if anybody that's younger taps me, I'm like, oh, big man, beating up on a 38-year-old father too, dude. I've been raising kids all day. What have you been doing? Hanging out? Best shape of your life?
They're just throwing kicks into the
So you're
bag.
just psychologically torturing people.
Yeah, dude, you have to.
It would be funny if you got kicked out of the gym because they're like, you kind of bring the vibe down. Just like, dude, you make us all feel bad for training.
Well, I was training one day, and our dude, we got one of our coaches is like a grizzly bear, and he comes up to me after I roll with this guy, and he goes, "You're gonna roll with me next," and I was like, "Okay," like. And then he comes over and we're just standing there like right before we roll. And I was like, am I in trouble? And he started laughing. He goes, why would you be in trouble? I go, I mean, I don't know, dude. You came over here. Like, you're obviously going to just fucking kill me. Like, what are we doing? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, no, I just like to roll with people. And I was like, oh, all right.
And he just kicks
and then he shoved your face in the mat.
They literally, he just sat there and didn't do anything. And it's like if a toddler tries to move you. Like I was like literally like pulling his arm, and he's just like, I would have rather he just slam me on the ground. Dude, I'm like jumping on his back, like, all right, big guy.
And he's just standing there like, what'd you have for dinner last night?
Dude,
30 bags of Reese's Pieces?
It's crazy embarrassing. You're like, wow. I'd rather you fucking choke me to death.
Oh my God.
That's fun.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I didn't know what to do. I
do like the threat of every random person being like, okay, this random guy could kick my ass at any moment. It's kept me in check from being like a hothead, dumb, like white teenager. Every time I was like, I'll fucking beat anyone's ass, bro. And now I'm like, you could beat my ass and I will love you for it. Because for sparing my life, bro. Because like any of these guys.
Those cauliflower ears are like having a gun on your hip.
Oh,
but that's what I'm saying.
That's where I was about to go.
Or get a gun.
That's true.
But that's that's what I do. That's what I like. To me, it's not like the random guy fighting me, because the people who fight usually don't just start fights. For the most part.
Oh, the guy who actually fights. Yes, the guy who actually trains.
Yeah,
doesn't.
But a guy with a gun. I have a gun. Who else could get a gun? Like, what are we doing? Like,
that is true. It is interesting that like, you know, they banned a lot. Like, aren't brass knuckles like illegal
in a lot of places?
which is crazy because like in some situations, if you were getting threatened and you pulled out brass knuckles and beat somebody, you would still get in trouble. But if somebody was like threatening you, you just pull out a gun. It's like, I'd much rather pull out brass knuckles and be like, all right, now I have a chance, dude.
Oh my God.
I think it's crazy butterfly knives are illegal.
Yeah.
I think that's just because so many people just fuck themselves up.
Yeah. It's a butterfly knife.
It's
a sharp
like,
toy. That's what it is. It's a sharp
autistically killed myself. Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, once you start doing it, it's like a fidget spinner. You're just constantly flipping that thing out. I had one when I was a kid.
Me too.
Do they have practice ones? Because if they got practice
do.
ones now, I'm going to get one.
They for sure do.
Yeah, I just constantly, I forgot about that. It was like a tick. You just.
I mean, have y'all seen the movie?
I was doing tricks. I was like going on YouTube and learning tricks. Oh, yeah.
See, tricks.
What's one of the tricks? Like, what would you do?
There's all sorts of shit. Like, there was one where I could, like hold it up and rotate it around my finger and catch it out.
So
like,
you're doing like yo-yo tricks.
Yeah, I was doing like,
He's walking the dog
Yeah.
like with the butterfly knife.
Oh, yeah. I got that autistic about butterfly knives.
Doing the
As like a
Globetrotter.
teenager.
Spinning it on your finger.
And I'm left-handed, so I have a lot of small scars on my hands that I've had for a long time.
You're just putting it on this side of your head and like pulling it out of the back of this one.
Oh man, that's so funny.
The butterfly knife trick. No, the butterfly knife is sick, but you definitely have a lot of dude. Like, I got one of those knives or whatever. It's for I guess like an outdoors knives where it's not brass, but it's like a steel, but it goes around your knuckles. And inside of it has the blade. So then if you took your hand out and flipped the little switch, the blade would come out, and then it's like still goes on your knuckles, but now the blade is out. And I guess it's like, what am I gonna do with this knife? Whittle a bar of soap into a fucking. I don't know what else to do with the knife.
A hand-to-hand combat with a bear knife.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's got like little skulls on it.
That sounds like a
eyes.
fighting knife specifically.
Maybe, yeah. I got it at like an antique store when I was like 14, and I was like, Dad, you would be the coolest dad ever if you got me this.
That's the coolest,
knife.
dude. When your dad breaks down and finally gets you a knife, it's the coolest.
Yeah.
Flea markets are the best for that, man.
Yeah, he finally trusted his son, who was like sneakily troubled, and was like, I'm definitely not gonna toy with this knife or whatever. I should have just had a butterfly knife, bro.
Yeah. I always wanted a.
Well, you had to go to the military surplus store for those.
Ooh.
Yeah, or the flea markets.
For me, it was always the military surplus store. That's where you get brass knuckles. That's where you get. They sell them as paperweights.
Oh, that's a good workaround. Man, I've always thought that would be horrific if you punch somebody with brass knuckles.
Oh yeah.
I think it would be something that in your mind you're like fired up and you would throw a punch and it would just be you turn his face into mashed potatoes and you would immediately be like, oh, dude. Oh. As soon as his eye comes out, like hits your cheek, you're like, oh no, I'm sorry.
I didn't know who was gonna do that.
You turn into Seth Rogen immediately, like,
brass knuckles.
Dude,
yeah.
Oh my God, bro. There's been like a couple of times in my life where I've punched somebody in the face and immediately been like, I feel so bad. And like,
it's not that big of a deal, actually. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. Like, you've punched somebody and been like, I am actually the biggest idiot, bro.
You know what?
You're like, damn, I ruined your next 3 days.
Yeah.
You're like, I might be the bad guy.
Yeah. And then, God, dude, I never even thought about that. Those brass knuckles would fuck
You knock somebody's
out.
eye out. I remember
Yeah.
I put him on, a buddy of mine had him, and I like punched my hand. Just like that. It was just, it hurts so bad. I was like, that's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think I would see that coming. Like, I'm not going to see a white trash flea market weapon. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about a gun. I'm thinking about a knife. I'm not thinking about brass knuckles.
Yeah.
The scariest is the old biker lock on a bandana.
Oh,
You
I
ever
thought you
heard
were
of
going to
that?
say a bike
Yeah.
chain in general. Anybody carrying a chain around.
That
like,
too.
Well, that was a big thing when I was in Savannah riding a bike. That's like, if anything happened, the dudes that rode bikes, they would get their bike locks out. And like while they were on a bike, like if a car almost hit somebody, they would fucking bash your car with that bike lock.
Oh, and you destroy the
damage,
car
bro.
quick,
They'd take your
bro.
fucking side mirror off. If you like veered over, like texting and driving, they would just eliminate your side mirror.
Yeah, I think
defensive weapons down there.
It was like road rash for real.
Because honestly,
that's either a little aspect of that in society is a good thing, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had a friend get his knee broken because a lady was on her phone and ran a stop sign, and then tried to hit and run and got chased down by dudes on bikes. Yeah, hit our buddy and just blasted his knee, and then gonna leave like in the middle of the afternoon. Like, oh nope, I'm out of here.
Good luck.
Yeah.
There is a lot of negativity around weapons. That's why, honestly, I might try to start a campaign for like positive weaponry. And what we'll do is like something like a Gallagher hammer, and I'll pull that one out, and like instead of like defending myself on the spot, I'll make a huge ruse, and over months I'll eventually be up top somewhere where this person's going to be walking under me, and I'll drop the Gallagher hammer and hit him right in the chest with the Gallagher hammer and send him back flying into the wall.
I just imagine you at elementary schools being like, this is pro weaponry. Hey guys, welcome. Somebody's like, who the fuck is that?
You're on like a local morning news show.
Yeah, because guns.
The teacher's like, I thought it was the dare guy.
It's just a kid with a tripod who's like hitting kids with it and being like, this is how we do it.
So bad. When I took Taekwondo, I thought I was going to get the Ninja Turtle out and get like a staff.
Bro, see, that's what I'm saying, a staff, bro. Yeah. Dude, if I was getting mugged and I had to shoot somebody, I would feel bad. That's like my general nature. Yeah, it's like whatever this guy was going, I don't give a fuck that this guy was robbing me. I care that he fucked up so bad in his life that now I'm involved and I have to ruin my life now because of this. I get collateral, whatever. Yeah. But instead, if he tried to take my wallet and in this jacket, I pulled out a collapsible staff and just pushed a button and it hit him in the Adam's apple, bro, I would be ecstatic. I would be jumping. Cool. I would be touchdown celebration right over his body because he would still be alive, and I would be like, the fucking staff worked, yo. I did it.
Jackie Chan, somebody. You're just like, all I have is this broom. Like, sucks for you. I have a jacket.
Dude, positive weaponry. I'm getting more and more on board with this, bro. A staff, anything that's not gonna kill somebody but hurt them is cool, bro. Because like if somebody's doing something wrong to me, I should be able to hurt you. I don't want to.
You know what? The one I've never understood is so many girls walk around with mace, and I'm like, bitch. All that's gonna happen is you're gonna spray this. It's gonna piss them off.
Have you ever been
you're gonna spray yourself. Like if they're grabbing you in an enclosed area, you're just gonna spray, and immediately now your eyes are burning while you're getting raped. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Keegan, have you ever been maced?
No, but somebody sprayed it in a classroom I was in.
That's not the same.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Keegan, bro, you probably are going to be
debilitating.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if you're next to me and I'm spraying you, I'm getting it too. So now we're both debilitated.
Yeah, only if it's the windy day rapist.
That is true also. But
he's like, fuck, I can't go out tonight.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, no. It's my arch nemesis, the umbrella rapist.
Oh, man. Might have to snip that part.
That's a clip.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it would get you and them. Like
it would, yes. But it will get them way worse than you. Okay. Like, you'll be burning, but you'll be able to see.
So this is like the Samson option, like a nuclear option. Like, we're all going to suffer. Everybody's going.
We're all taking some of this,
Okay. I didn't want to bring it up earlier because that really isn't like too funny, but the whole origin of that girl doing jujitsu, that's what I was saying about like random people doing it. I was going to say the biggest thing is every woman should be doing that. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, fucking dude, if you're a short woman and you're like, yeah, let me practice rolling jujitsu with somebody else who's trained and is like a big man.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, you're the baddest fucking. You could be raping dudes on the street, bro. If you wanted
if
to.
you grab that girl, you would be in a fucking trouble. Dude.
Yeah.
if especially on asphalt, and she could slam your ass down. Oh, you'd be.
Dude, like, yeah, good for her, bro.
When did the tables turn and you're like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
Dude, it's like, I don't want this to be like a joke, but I've recently, over the last few months, got sexually assaulted for the first time in my life. And I genuinely was like, whoa, dude, that's terrifying for women, bro. That is so scary. So then you hear about this chick doing shit like that, and you're like, bro, if a chick had jujitsu, a collapsible staff on her at all times, and fucking anti-wind mace, bro, we're good, bro. We're winning. We're getting all the fucked up dudes out of society, bro.
Taser. I've always thought taser.
I wish they could purchase, instead of stun guns for women, if women had actual like police tasers. That would be
but you
sick,
can't trust women with any kind of
gun. You can't trust by that.
That's like your Puerto Rican girlfriend has a police taser.
You come in the house and she's got your phone on the coffee
like,
table.
Who's
You're
Janessa?
Like, hey, babe.
Because also those things, like, it's two prongs. They both have to hit. If one of them doesn't hit, it doesn't work. So like a stun gun thing is a little bit like a stun gun. If you hit them with it, it works every time.
Yeah, you just
a taser you can miss.
And it's fun if you get drunk. You can always get somebody.
Yeah, you can play games. Yeah.
Stun guns are.
Yeah, stun gun pranks are.
Stun guns are.
Have you been stun guns?
I had one as a kid.
Oh, it fucking sucks.
I had one that I used as a toy as a kid. Like it was like me and my friends would use it to like just to fuck around with.
Sometimes I think the sound is scarier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trent's that one friend that as a kid was like, he's like, no, for real, like, see if you can get out of these toy handcuffs. He's like, but I also have this stun gun here, buddy. Just hit them with the stun gun. No, fun pranks as a kid was my go-to. I did really, for some reason, I don't know why nobody likes this, but as a kid, my favorite was whenever I would go to the mall, I would hit both of the shoe stores and I would just talk to like whichever employee was helping me and I would get their name and then I would just go to the other shoe store and be like, that guy, John, said you're a fucking pussy and that you don't sell any like shoes. Like they have this shoe for like $10 less up there.
That's
awesome,
so fun.
Dude.
And then
you're
like,
starting a little in-mall rivalry.
Yeah, and I've done that into being like a grown man and like it like a couple of times, bro.
Fighting at the food court at noon. Dude,
you're
blood
like,
in the...
dude, I swear to God, John and Foot Locker called you it's crazy.
You're like, you'll never believe what the shoe shiner just said about you. I don't know.
You're not going to like it, and I usually don't talk like this, but...
Dude, just ruin the whole dynamic of a mall.
Dude, because it's already pretty toxic in the mall.
But
I love the mall, bro. Everyone, like...
Some dude just busting a Foot Locker like, you racist motherfucker! Don't you ever say that about my sister? You're just sitting there trying on shoes like...
Yo, you're spreading the worst rumors at the mall about the employee.
I'm just saying, bro, he said the N-word like 4 times.
Bro.
It's crazy.
And he like meant it. There was a lot of hate behind it, you know?
I don't know how he knew your sister. You're like on his Facebook.
That guy who's...
That is so fun to just for no reason. Just see
just start a rumor about the guy being a pedophile and it's the guy who's in the red Great American cookie shirt and the hat and the plastic gloves behind the counter.
Just be like, hey man, I saw that security guard staring at a kid earlier. In like an unsettling way. Like he had his hand in his pocket, but in a weird way.
Yeah. and you're just telling the Sbarro employee at the food court.
Starting rumors at places you don't work is pretty psychotic. To like show up and be a regular at a Longhorn just to fucking devastate the staff. Hey, are you and Josh like a thing?
Yeah.
Because I heard he was hooking up.
That's so fun. What a fun holiday! Like what a fun.
Learn everybody's name, dude, at the restaurant.
Dude, we have to go ruin the Mall of Georgia this winter, bro, for holiday season. There's 3 floors of this mall that we can ruin.
That was my mall when I was a kid.
That's
the Mall of Georgia.
Oh,
There's 3 of us. We can all be texting each other in different stores at the same time.
Bro,
that's what I was about to say.
Put the headphone in. You can be talking to me.
Yeah,
we might be arrested for domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
They're like, we've never had this come up, but we're getting you on RICO. You were an organized
for ruining the logistics of a mall.
Just ruining 20-year-olds' fucking lives. No, he's cheating on you.
Bro, Santa is fist fighting a 17-year-old who works at Firehouse Subs.
Yeah. You're just in Santa's ear like the actual Auntie Anne is here and she's here to kick your ass, brother.
Auntie Anne is not happy with you. She knows you've been taking the pretzels.
I wonder if malls even get busy in the holidays.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's where I was going with this is like, it might be just because I'm sober now. I did a little joke about it last night, but stopping drinking things that are exciting me right now. Peppermint bark. Somehow skipped over pumpkin spice. Peppermint bark is cool. I think I'm just in the holiday spirit early.
Yeah.
What I do love to do is go to the mall and be like, I have to Christmas shop for my entire family here. And then all it ends up in me is getting a pack of the Auntie Anne's, the cinnamon ones with like icing, and then being like, well, I don't have any more money to spend on gifts. So I'll stare at Santa from afar for 5 minutes and then I'll get the hell out of the mall. And that's Christmas to me, bro. That's the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
I love that.
That is the Christmas spirit.
By the way,
lights.
guys, we're missing a serious opportunity here that I just realized. Why not start a beef between Spencer's and Hot Topic?
Oh, that's
that
part
would be
of
just seeing the freaks come and have to fight.
Oh, brother, that's why I evolved from, because the people who are in Spencer's and Hot Topic, that was the first thing I thought of as a teenager. They don't give a fuck, bro. Yeah. You're like, yo, the people in Hot Topic said fuck y'all, and they're like, we'll go take their jobs.
That guy's on methadone in 2025.
It's some girl on her phone vaping. You're like, good luck getting her riled up about anything.
Yeah.
None of them want to fight though because they all have too many face piercings.
Yeah.
True.
Or it's somebody who literally just clocked out and went from their shift at Spencer's and just went downstairs, got an Orange Julius, and then went and worked at Hot Topic for the rest of the evening, bro.
Every time I go to the mall, I always get too high, and then I'm just like, what kind of capitalist hell are we living in?
Oh, that's part of it is true. Until you see the employees, though, and you're like, truthfully, if I went up to them and were like, if I stole this, would you care? And then most of the time, they'd probably be like, nah.
No,
but you just can't risk it because you don't want to get arrested.
Yeah, there's not really anything. I also get tripped out.
Eric gets everything free because he just asks if he can have it.
They're arresting you at the front of the mall. You're like, nah, dude. Josh said I could have it. That's crazy, bro.
I'm telling the rumors to the police officer.
You're trying to keep the web together. You're like, oh shit.
You're like, no. John said I could have the shoes.
What did I tell Kyle though? I forgot about that.
You're like, no, it was going to be really funny, officer, I swear. But no, I mean, truth be told, bro, the mall does rule, bro. It is a capitalist hell.
You didn't see the good days of the mall, though.
I probably got some good days of the mall. Like, what are the good days of the mall? Because the mall is pretty much the same.
I mean, I was
other
at
than the stores.
The best mall in America. I grew up near the best mall, which is the Mall of America, the one with an amusement park inside.
Oh, he doesn't know about the Mall of Georgia.
And an aquarium and like a movie theater. Yeah, it's the Mall of America. It's massive. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a theme park, and then they just built that
all right,
thing.
So I'm pushing back on that because then that's not a fucking mall. That's more than the mall. The mall is a small portion.
Dude, the mall.
It's like, no, that's a fucking aquarium.
Keegan, it's 4 stories with a basement, which is where the aquarium is. Every story, it's like a fucking quarter-mile loop of just mall stores around, and in the middle is enough space for an amusement park.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, so
unless I'm buying something on the roller coaster, bro, that's just an
and all of the surrounding area is a splash zone for Auntie Anne's vomit on all the fucking
crazy
roller coasters.
Let's see some pictures.
Dude, yeah, the Mall of Georgia.
There's a full amusement park indoors.
Jamie, pull that up. It's the Mall of
I mean,
America.
that does rule, though.
No,
I
it
used to
is
love
sick.
going to the mall.
But see, it looks like an airport, which is terrible.
It's right by the airport. I mean, this is all parking, but these are 2 parking garages, and this is the mall.
Okay.
It's great. There's like 5 or 6 food courts. It's insane.
But the thing about it, too, though, is like
It looks like a cruise that just never leaves land.
Bro,
It kind of is.
Yeah.
It's an inland cruise. It's a landlocked cruise. That's what it is.
Yeah, but instead of like being tired of it after 3 days, you're tired of it after 3 minutes. And you're like, because the sound of the mall being busy is fine. The
Dude,
sound of a busy
what?
mall is fine.
It is 5.6 million square feet. You're fucking kidding, dude.
520 stores, 60 dining options.
It's a Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon universe. There's, an aquarium. Dude, there's a Legoland there.
Okay.
Yeah,
man.
we can squeeze Lego.
You got me in. You got me in with Lego.
Here's the thing. Visit it for one day, and then you'll be like, okay, I have seen the Mall of America.
What's the dude? I'm on a Lego kick right now. I love it.
Got a Lego kick. Lego rules. There's a new Lego Batman game coming out next year. It looks sick as hell.
Nice.
Have you seen the trailer?
No.
Dude, how old are your kids?
They're a little
This
over
is the
one.
Mall of
So
America
we're not
Lego
quite
Land.
in Lego time. We have to do it when they go to sleep because they eat everything.
That's fair.
Yeah, this is the Mall of America
That's
Lego.
awesome.
Dude, that should have been the plot of Weapons, was Legos killing all the kids, bro. That should have been what it was.
Let me nerd out for a second. You know that Legos ended up adding a chemical to the plastic because plastic can't be seen on x-rays. So these kids were swallowing Legos and they were having to operate on them blind because they didn't know where it was. So they added this one thing, this one chemical that allows Legos to be seen on x-rays. How fucking cool are they?
Yeah, I wonder like how that affects the kid too. Like
think
eats it
it's
with the
a-
chemical.
I
It's
think
like-
it's.
I mean,
I
everything's
say
chemicals.
chemical. Yeah, I was.
Everything
about to
is
say,
a
I think it's like a
chemical.
natural,
Oh,
output
okay.
or something. I don't know.
that's pretty fair.
I zoned out when I read the big words.
Yeah.
But then I got the gist of it. But
I
I was
mean-
like reading the actual like chemical. I'm like, I don't know.
That's really
That
how
is-
we should test kids. It's like a blade in the candy's a little highness. I'm all about positive weaponry, and we should put Legos in the kids' candy.
Yeah.
And then that way, that'll really.
Dude, edible Legos is not a bad idea though.
I think they
They
do
make
have
those.
those.
They're just
Yeah, like a
chalky and bad.
chocolate. Yeah, like a chocolate Lego brick.
No, I haven't seen chocolate. I've seen like chalky.
I was thinking chocolate.
Yeah, pull up
But
the Lego kid.
it's also
Oh yeah,
like,
like blocks.
It's
Yeah.
also what then what message are we sending? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you can't have it was
look-
like the Play-Doh.
It's already like a cyanide pill. Like we have the
Yeah.
cyanide pixie sticks.
It looks like a more compressed sweet.
yeah, that looks
sweet
like that
tart.
would taste like shit.
It is funny
For
that we're
sure.
putting things in candy that are like candy's already probably gonna kill me in the next 10 years,
Yeah.
bro. Like those sweet tart ropes bags are gonna. My eyes are gonna turn into sweet tarts, bro. Like, why is everything
That's
blurry?
such a crazy choice. A sweet tart. That's like
That didn't even exist when I was a child.
well,
that's
that.
definitely yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's because Nerds gummy clusters kick the fucking door down for candy to be like, yo, we can do
Yeah.
wild shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's
It
gonna
really was the
sell.
Pandora's box. Nerds really.
Because
the
now-
Nerds rope was the first step that way.
Yes, the Nerds rope. That's elite ball knowledge that might be a little hidden, bro.
Oh, do
is
people
the
not know
Nerds
about the
rope.
Nerds rope?
Yeah.
I only know the weed Nerds rope.
Did you not know about that's
Wh-
based on an actual Nerds rope product that is exactly like that?
Well, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I've
the-
never only had one. I've only had the THC.
You've only had a weed
Oh,
one.
Yeah, I've never
Oh.
seen one like out in the wild.
Dude, you got hit with the craziest propaganda. You got hit with weed and Nerds rope propaganda at the same time,
That's
bro.
a tough hit.
I
yeah.
got bad news, bro. If they're making weed Nerds gummy clusters, oh my god, bro, we need to get somebody on the phone
Not only
right now, bro.
That the one that I had was like 600 milligrams, and they're like, just eat it in sections. Who the fuck does that? You bite into it and it's delicious. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh man.
Dude, and
Which-
like some of those like products at some of those, that are real local farms too. It's like, oh, one of those sections is probably 600
Oh,
milligrams.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. They're just like, yeah, it's 600 milligrams.
It's somewhere
Dude,
around
my-
there.
Dude, I had some edibles the other night, and I just Oh, what I was thinking. But before I went to bed, I just ate a handful of these Sour Patch Kids. Ooh. And I don't know why I thought that. I've been munching them all day, and I was like, I don't think these are as strong as everybody said. Dude, it got to the point to where I was laying in bed, and Christina looks over at me, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" She goes, "You're breathing." And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You're over there hyperventilating." Dude, I was just laying in bed under the covers like... I was like, okay, all right, cat's out of the bag. I'm alarmingly high, and I'm scared that the babies are gonna wake up.
You were manually breathing.
I was actively having to keep thinking about it, like, oh, breathe in.
Dude,
breathe out.
One of the stories I was going to tell on here, I'll just actually shorten it down now that we're on.
Can jump
no. Let's jump into it. Let's get into it.
No, let's do the short. I'm going to do this little short one right quick. It's about edibles. The shortened version, though, was so on this flight back from Vegas. This was my first edibles experience or whatever. We went out to Vegas like a few weeks after. Yeah, I'll take one. Thank you so much. We went out to Vegas at the end of 2018, and this was like right after like my mom had died. Oh, so I needed like a good, like my friend's dad was like, "Yo, come out to Vegas with us for Christmas time. We'll go out there." We go out there, you know, his dad gets his shit, blah 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 blah. Bleep that part out. But
in Vegas.
Yeah, we were underage at the time. Though.
Oh yeah,
you didn't have to say that.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Trying to help you.
But yeah, no, I'm just kidding. We got out there in Vegas. Obviously, you get your shit. Everything's legal out there. You get your shit, and I that was my first time experiencing the real shit. And it clobbered us. So for 1 week, bro, we barely touched like any of the shit. Like the shit lasted us the whole week. So the whole story condensed is like at the end of this trip though, we were like, we have a lot of this shit left. And at the time, you know, apparently now you can just fly with shit. Everyone just flies with shit all the time. And I'm like terrified of that.
I think in a legal place, the worst they're going to do is just throw it away in the airport unless it's like pounds. Like if it's personal, they can't really arrest you because it's legal in Vegas. So they'll just throw it away.
Okay. Well, at the time, I mean, we were not risking anything.
Yeah, everybody says that.
But we had an early flight, and so the night before our flight, what came out on Netflix was that Black Mirror Pick Your Own Adventure episode.
Oh, that thing sucked.
They came out on the thing. So we were like, what we'll do is we'll stay up all night, just get fucked up. We got our hands on 4 Locos. And we're like, we'll get 4 Locos, this and that.
God, with the altitude, I was going to say the atmosphere, altitude, you're fucked.
Dude, so we had, and so it's like.
Show up violently hungover to the airport.
Oh, yeah. Well, so we stayed up all night and we're like, we'll just go to the airport in the morning. And then it's like 4 a.m. We're like fighting the sleep. And we're like, well, what we'll do is we'll just split all of the rest of the edibles and we'll fly back to Jacksonville and go. So we're like, you know, 1 4 Loco deep after a couple hours. We're like half hungover and drunk already and already stoned off the cart.
That's the 4 Loco experience.
Oh yeah. And then we split the things. And at the time I had no idea that, like, I didn't know that 50 milligrams of edibles is a lot. So we had the biggest, baddest packs of all the edibles, and we're like, you know, oh, these 500 milligram wafers are like, that's what you need one of those to be like fucked up. So I mean, we're talking like splitting a pack of like 10 wafers, so like 5 wafers each, bro. Like gummies, like smacking the cart, bro, and then. We're
How many milligrams do you think?
Dude, I have no idea. Like
thousands.
Yeah, probably like up there, bro. And now, granted, this is like right after my mom died too. So I lost a lot of weight. This is like the week after. I was like 110 pounds. I'll actually show you guys a picture that my homeboy sent me from when we were out there. But, bro, so like we're out there or whatever, and I'm on the way to the airport. And I'm looking out the window and I'm like thinking, I'm definitely going to know when this hits me because it's probably going to hit me all at once. And I'm thinking about all of that. And then we
that
pulled
much
up to
might
the
just
airport.
make you sleep. Like, that might just conk you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking until I got to the airport and I realized, I was like, oh, it's happening now. Like, now I'm in it.
Oh,
and
good.
We get in
the
there.
The scariest airport in America. Yeah. Fantastic, dude.
So we got in there and
God, security.
The loudest, brightest airport.
Yeah, and I got pulled at that security, which was terrifying. But quickly, I was so high to the point where I literally realized, I was like, oh, I just got randomly picked, which was so weird because I was like, I know I'm so high and I should be freaking out. But anyways, the full fun point of the edibles.
Dude, like standing there, your eyes are this red. They're like, yeah, that guy.
Oh, dude. And we stayed up all
Come
night
here,
too.
Let me figure your ass.
So we got on the plane or whatever. And we get like all the way to the back and we're chilling there on the plane. We're looking out. Plane's taking off. And the big point of this was that, I mean, we got there. We're like, we're on the way back. We're on the plane now. Immediately, I'm on the plane, like, terrified. This is crazy. But we're looking out over the canyons. I'm like, I'm just going to listen to music, look out. Hours of that. My friend's going in and out of sleep. And then my friend gets up from the thing, and he's like, I don't really feel good. And he's at the window seat. There's an empty one here, and then I'm sitting here. And I'm like, oh, for sure, bro. Just let me know if you need to go. And he's like, all right. And he goes back to sleep. And I mean, I'm talking for hours. I just remember staring out the window and being like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. And he gets up from the thing and he's kind of like, and he scoots by and he goes in the bathroom's like right here, just right behind
we didn't
us.
think you were in the front of the plane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're at the back. The shit's right there. And I'm just like, all right, he's good. And I'm looking out the window and then all of a sudden, like I'm getting tapped right here. And I look over, and it's just a guy, like, kneeled down. And he's like, hey, did you and your friend eat, drink, or smoke anything before you came on the flight today? I was like, no, sir. No, not at all. Not at all.
Never even seen it.
And immediately he's like, well, your friend's passed out on the floor right here. And I turn around, and my homeboy's, like, sitting up and, like, talking to the lady or whatever. And I'm like, oh, shit, what the fuck happened? And shit gets sorted. Like, it was funny, too, because they got over the thing. And so it's early morning flight back from Vegas around Christmas time. Man. They get on the thing, and they're like, is there a doctor on the thing? We need him at the back of the plane. And immediately, like, barely anybody turned around, but the first guy I see is his dad at the front of the plane. Turn around, see him, and then just immediately turn back. Like I stare. And then
I don't know these people.
Dude,
I respect the move, dude. He probably had a pin on his carry-on. He was rolling with a couple of Eddies on him. He's like, dude, you can't save a drowning person, bro. They'll take you down with them.
Dude, yeah. And then, like, so he asked me that, and I'm like, no, or whatever.
Your own dad gets you with...
And my homeboy, like, he gets up and like he comes back to the scene. I mean, we're shook at this point. We're like, what the fuck happened? And he told me he just had like the iron thing when you stand up and you just go blurry and you. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have had this, but it's happened to me a couple of times. And you pass out and like you're like, what the fuck? You're like, what just happened? And then somebody you're with is like, dude, you just fell back and. Yeah. But so he said he
sucks. It happened on a plane. That sucks so bad.
Luckily though, nobody really like cared, and he comes and sits down, and like the flight finishes or whatever, and we got to get off the plane first. And by this point, we're like trying to just get the morale back after the long trip. So my mom just died, so we're like, this was a trip. It was a crazy trip, crazy experience. And then I probably should have just told the full story. This one actually on the thing, but since that like. Was all in the play. We're like trying to get the morale back at the end of this. And I mean, dude, we get off the plane first and we're walking by. And I mean, I'm first, he's behind me with like people. And I mean, I'm going up and his dad's kind of like peeking. And I'm like, yeah, you motherfucker. Yeah, like, you fucking, like we're getting off first. And he stands up and he's like, I'm his dad. We're getting off. And they're like, no, you're good. So we get off. They take just the two of us like off of the front of the plane. Whoa. And I mean, bro, we landed in Jacksonville, like get off thing. Have you guys ever been in the Jacksonville airport? That shit rules, bro. It's a little T. Like everything's so quick and easy. It's an airport you can get there like 30 minutes for your flight and be like in and out. And I mean, we just show up and we're like, dude, finally, like stepping off into fucking airport is going to be the best. And I mean, when you turn a corner to that long hallway and just see it lined with police officers and like firefighters, bro, in the whole thing. I like just after we're here, dude. We made it, bro. You almost died on this plane. We almost had to turn the plane around, bro.
Dude, you're hitting him with the, you fucking knucklehead. You fucking laid down in the aisle. You idiot.
Did you guys just try to walk by him like gentlemen?
Yeah. Officer.
Yeah, we stopped at the line
Officer?
and we just held our hand up real slow. We're like, this is a salute.
Good morning, sir.
And I'm proud of you.
And we rolled up and like obviously it was like just the medics and everything were like making sure he was good, and they were like, do you need any extra blah blah blah, and we're like no, and then they just let us go or whatever. And my friend told me the best part of this was like even after it all settled, and we were shook up from this for a little bit, but he told me that like the first thing that he remembered when he was like sitting back up was being like, what the fuck? And then he heard the guy being like, eat, drink, or smoke anything, and me being like, no, and then him turning to the lady, and the lady was like, did you and your friend eat, drink, or smoke anything before you got on the plane? And he was like, no, we didn't.
Damn.
And then it was just for the rest of history, we're like, well, we're bonded now.
I love
That's crazy.
I love that the dad tried to get that early getting off the plane. After not being any help. He's like, wait a minute, they're getting off first? Well, that's my son.
He comes around and sees the cops, and he just turns around and pretends he doesn't know you again. He's like, nope, never mind.
Hey, that's him. He's the one who passed out right here, dude.
I'll wait.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that shit definitely, I mean, it was very funny, too. But, yeah, what a trip on the...
I ate edibles on the way to Denver because I was asking my Uber driver. I was on the way to the airport, and I was like, what's the deal with that? He's like, I wouldn't fly with anything. So same thing. I ate all my edibles. But then I went the night before. I had gone on a conspiracy dive of that airport. Are you familiar with all the murals?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the New World Order fucking time capsule and the gargoyles.
Yeah.
Dude, I got through security and just proceeded to fall down a rabbit hole.
You
just
did a
walking
whole
by
tour?
people just like,
Dude,
like I was walking up to murals and going, it is here. It's real.
Dude, that's what I was going to ask, is that same friend, he went to Denver, and I was like, yo, did you peep the walls of Denver on this shit? And he's like, what? And I was like, oh, great,
it was great.
He just went,
It was
dude,
I
shout
didn't
out.
know about that anytime I've been to that airport.
Dude, it's crazy. When you actually go see it, you're like, well, what are they trying to say?
So it is there. All that stuff is there.
I don't know if it is.
I think
When
they've covered
went,
some of it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
they
went
definitely
like
have
11
now.
years ago.
Dude, there's like ones with like, there's like kids with blood on them,
Oh, yeah,
like
there's one
in
with
some
the
of the
guy,
murals, and you're like,
it's
what the fuck is
a
this?
sword, and he's striking down all the children of the earth, and
Dude.
they all have on masks. The
Yeah.
first thing I thought when the pandemic hit was like, I thought about those murals because they talk about a global pandemic. That was the big conspiracy.
Dude, I'd never even been there. That's one of my all-time favorite jokes, dude. R.I.P. and shout out Ralphie May, bro. I don't know if y'all remember Ralphie May, but the old Denver airport bit about just looking down the hall and being like, black man with a golf cart, black man with a golf cart. And be like, I'm not walking all the way to the end of the Denver airport. Dude, that shit's so fun. I'd never been out west or whatever. That was definitely my first experience out there being west, and
It's crazy.
it was a fun
And that's
trip.
exactly what it's like.
You got it.
That's crazy. I should have. I definitely should have just told the full story. But the only other fun snippet of this was I had to meet them out there. I flew out from Atlanta to Vegas, and I was meeting them. They were flying from Jacksonville to Vegas. So I flew out there, and I show up to that airport, and, you know, as a dumb kid, you know, my mom just died. It's like halfway through senior year. I'm like 18 or whatever, and I'm in the airport, and I'm like, the most I can salvage from right now is a beautiful woman right here. And I'm in the airport, and for the first time I'd ever been in the airport, I'm like, everyone in this airport is ugly, bro.
Yeah.
I've never, like, I was in the airport, and I was like, this is crazy. This is where the wild things are in Atlanta, bro. Like, this is the craziest thing. And, you know, I'm 110 pounds. I've lost all this weight. Fucking, and there's one girl that I see, and I'm like, that is a beautiful woman, bro.
Yeah.
And like, I gotta try to say something or whatever. I didn't know what was going on. Turns out, you know, long story short, I'm getting on the plane hours later, and that girl is in the back of the plane with like 2 seats empty next to her. So I'm like, all right, nice, we'll get in there. And I got in there, and I did not say a word to her the entire flight. I watched Venom on my phone. I downloaded Venom. I watched the whole thing, and then at the end, I was waiting for the credit scene. And as I'm about to fast forward through it, I hear a baby start crying.
No.
And I'm like, oh, now we're in. So I take the earphone out, and I'm like, you know, oh, fucking baby's here or whatever. Turns out the girl's cool as hell. We chop it up.
Turns out it was her kid.
Hey,
Babies, am I right? She's like, yeah.
yeah. And but what sparked this whole thing too was like just trying to, you know, being like a horny, dumb young kid trying to sauce like a girl. And then, but she pulled out a pen and was like, yeah, that was the first time I had seen somebody on a plane with something. And because we were talking about weed, getting to Vegas and everything, she pulls out the pen and she's like, yeah, we just hit it. So it's like in her backpack and we just hit it or whatever. Flash forward,
That's
like
risky.
Yeah, and so we hit it on the plane. That was flying in there. So I hit it in the back, like blew it in her backpack. Looking back, it was definitely way more dumb. But like she was like, oh, it's just like a vape thing or whatever. But so we flew in, got it, and like I would talk to her for a little bit, but she had a boyfriend or whatever. She lived down in Florida. But yeah, dude, shout out that girl now because she's
in federal prison.
No, she definitely though has an OnlyFans. So I think we definitely could shout her out now. Shout out Brooke, dude. I don't know if
that's nice.
She's definitely not gonna listen to this.
Every time I've ever done that, like I've hit a pin like in a movie theater. I do it all the time when I'm in movie theaters. I'll like hit the pin and try to like blow it into my shirt,
and it doesn't work at all.
It's the biggest cloud. It just looks like I'm on fire, dude. You're just like, oh my god, dude.
Dude, I remember when we were in there watching Dune 2. and I would be sitting next to you, and then I would just out of the corner of my eye, I would just see a haze start going.
Dude, yeah, and the best part about it too is like,
just blew it, you know? Blew it out.
Bro, I've been sitting there, I've hit the pen in the theater, bro, and then like just done this in the corner. Because see, my pro move, actually I'm going to give y'all some drunk game stories here in a second too. My pro move is to sit, whenever I go see movies by myself, I'm in M1, which is the top left. Okay. So I'm in the top left corner, bro, every time, right on the aisle, far side. And I'm doing that little thing in the corner. And then my favorite part is when you look back at the movie and just like the entire upper deck of the thing is like hazy.
Oh,
you're seeing the light, like the projector shine through the smoke.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I am not sneaky at all.
Yeah, dude, that was like prime. Dude,
that's why I'm always so scared to do anything on a plane. The only thing I've ever done on a plane was I ordered a double Jack and Coke, and there was a guy next to me that was like, hell yeah, dude. And he went to go order, and his wife bitched him out.
Oh,
like, to the point to where I was like, man, that's embarrassing. Like, just say you don't want him to drink. Like, it was like just over the top. And then I was just sitting there and like just looking at him like, damn, I got mine. So I make my drink. And I looked down like an hour or two later, she was like asleep. So I like reached into my book bag, my carry-on. I like pulled out a little edible that I had, and I was like, I like showed it to him, and he was like, and he opened it and was like handing me the trash, and I was like, for sure, put it in my pocket. Yeah, I gave this dude an edible because I was like, bro, I am so sorry you have to deal with that.
Yeah, that is fine.
Yeah, but that guy might be a big problem. You know? you don't know what happened last time that guy got a double Jack and Coke.
True.
Yeah.
It's like it cuts to him just like humping.
It's like Keegan like misremembering the flashback, and he's like misremembering the lady being like, please don't drink another Jack and Coke, please.
Yeah.
He's sober. I'm like, I got you, big dog.
It's like let's give him the spins, let's see how he reacts.
Yeah. Last, I had to pull strings with my father-in-law to get him off the no-fly list. Last time he had a double Jack and Coke, he tried to open the door.
Dude, that was like prime drunk days, bro. Was like I would go and see the movies by myself with that M1 seat. Do y'all remember when Spider-Man No Way Home came out? The Spider-Man with the 3.
Oh yeah,
it had Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. Yeah, it was like 2021 or whatever, December, but. like I would get smacked, drive to the theater like by my house, and then I started realizing it's like, dude, it's like 6 minutes away, like little back roads. It'd be like, I could probably just bring alcohol here. So like after one time of shooters, I went and I was like, I'll go see Spider-Man No Way Home for the 5th time since it's been released. And I was in there literally just with an 1800 750 of tequila like in my jacket. And I was in the back corner like hitting the pen and being like, look at all this smoke. And then just like uncorking an 1800 bottle and like drinking it straight.
Just every once in a while the people in the middle of the theater hear thoop.
Yeah, literally, bro.
Get that cork out.
And then obviously it sounds like the corniest fucking joke, but like I blacked out immediately, bro. Like I don't know if y'all remember. I know scene by scene that movie. I loved it, but I saw it so many times hammered in the theater. Bro, the opening scene is like the end of the second one. It's J. Jonah Jameson being like, Spider-Man is fucking Peter Parker. And then it zooms in on him and it's like him and Zendaya flying through the city or whatever. Bro, I'm talking like as soon as it came on and with J. Jonah Jameson was like, Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm not making it through this whole fucking movie, dude. And then like I blacked out, but I woke up just in my bed, bro. And I was like,
time travel.
Oh, dude, I somehow made
it's
it
the
home.
safest way to get home.
Yeah. And then, of course, like being a dumb, drunk idiot hungover, then I was just like, Eric Scott. Away home. Like just something, like just making all the dumb jokes in my head, and then looking back I was like, oh, that was a bad time.
Like that was actually alarming.
Yeah. It's all fun until you think back on it and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's why I am big advocacy now, because I am very open about being the sober now. Did you say you stopped drinking?
Yeah, I did. Funny you bring that up. Yeah, I took 500 days off. I stopped before my girls were born, and then on the 500 days, which was like a couple days ago, me and Christina celebrated by getting 2 bottles of wine.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little wine drunk.
But that's the right amount for 2 people. Like that's not going crazy, but you're gonna feel it.
I just was like, dude, really, what I want to get back to is having like a healthy relationship with alcohol, and like maybe just do it because I do miss like getting drunk with her and then having like nasty sex.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I'm
That's
like, well,
why-
that I don't like the way I was when I was drunk. I'm like, but I don't hate that. You know what I mean? I think that's good for our relationship.
I've done this one a couple times. Nobody seems to like it, but being sober now, I'm like, dude, I just need a drunk, nasty wine girlfriend, bro. That's what I need is like a toxic wine girlfriend in my life, bro.
My girlfriend doesn't drink, so it's like when neither one of you really drink and then you get drunk around each other for the first time, bro, we made it like 10 minutes into a movie. I was like, all right, turn this shit off.
Dude,
but let me tell you, the fucking hangover was rough. After not drinking for 500 days, and we did like a red and a white wine.
Nice.
Yeah, parenting is fucked up in the morning time. They're like going full speed, and you just, it's
Don't
terrible.
mess with the mic.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Has it been ruining the whole thing?
I mean, it probably shows up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Damn, I've been grabbing
when you
the thing
touch
the whole time.
Hold the mic stand.
Okay. Shit. My bad. Hopefully that didn't just ruin the whole thing.
It'll
But also, like, I skipped
fine.
over, got into some Christmas talk too. But, dude, Thanksgiving doesn't strike me as much as it used to, for sure. I think I do just get hyped up from all the lights from Christmas and the music, bro. But, like, dude, I'm saying start Christmas music now, and let's just bring Christmas into Thanksgiving.
I don't like Christmas.
Yeah, true. Christmas.
You do look like a guy that's anti-holiday.
I don't
Anti-cheer.
I don't celebrate any holidays. None of them.
Yeah, you look like
me as a guy that's just anti-holiday.
Yeah.
You look like a guy that's like happy to scare kids on Halloween. Like that's your holiday. Bro.
I like
No, I like to scare kids on Thanksgiving actually, just to mix it up.
I scare the shit out of them on Christmas. Fuck them, dude.
Makes
I
it
hide
extra
behind the Santa chair.
Yeah.
Every year it's a Jack in the Box.
I was literally thinking hiding behind the Santa chair. That's crazy you said that. You could just dye the beard, bro, and become the craziest Santa of all time.
I'm not the crazy. Couldn't be the craziest Santa of all time. Have you met one?
Yeah, I've met Daniel, and that's
Daniel?
and he's the nicest guy ever. And I try to make funny Santa jokes with him, and I'm like, oh, he's too nice for this. I'm like,
I run
he's
Santa bits. He hates it.
Dude, I was at like early stand-up, bro. Like early stand-up, bro. Terrible. Way worse. I mean, I'm dog shit now. Way worse than. And like,
If you can
literally
imagine.
being like, dude, I'm going to shake the room with this one. And like getting up after Daniel and being like, Daniel touched me when I was a kid. And then just nobody laughing and Daniel just like with his arms crossed.
Yeah,
and be like,
like,
dude.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, it was definitely way funnier in this room right now than it was like on a stage. But shout out Daniel, dude. We might have to snip that, but never mind. Love you, Daniel, dude. Christmas
Did you
is
bring
fun.
a Thanksgiving story?
Yeah, I did have a little Thanksgiving theme story.
Nice.
It was at a Thanksgiving.
What if he just told us the plot to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
He's like, actually, my family left me behind at the house. I was home alone.
I tell the plot of my favorite movie of all time, Zombieland.
I think you're describing Die Hard.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, yo, rule number 34, limber up.
Is this No Country for Old Men?
Yeah, my Thanksgiving themed story. I'm telling that story about my mom dying around Christmas time. It's just the Polar Express. I'm like, yeah, I was tripping acid on that time. Crazy. No, but Thanksgiving coming up, it's definitely a fun. Like I was at one of my aunt's house for Thanksgiving, and we had the food was always never that great.
Yeah.
So anytime, do you guys ever go to like a family Thanksgiving and you know that family Thanksgiving is like just so much worse than
Yes.
like the other ones or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was already like one of the bummer Thanksgivings. But I was like a dumb kid at this time, like with the pen too. So I'm like, there's no walk involved. Like
There's haze in the top of the living room.
Yeah. like you know when you're at the table and like every one of those family members
Dude,
that starts talking.
Are you ripping the pen at the table?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
During the prayer, you're hitting them with
Yeah. Like for some reason they have a Thanksgiving projector movie on and I'm like, no, dude it's getting up in the cloud.
A couple years ago, me and my cousin were outside. The pen changed everything. When the pen came, you're like, we can go outside and not just reek of weed. Because like, you go outside and like people are like, we'll go take a walk with the cousins. You just come back reeking like a pound of weed. Like in the whole house. It's like, that's crazy inconsiderate, Keegan.
Yeah.
Like,
you're spraying a dab of cologne on you and you're like, do I smell?
You smell like axe in a plant of weed.
And spearmint.
We were outside, me and my cousin Will, and we're like ripping a pen, and then all of a sudden the door just opens and my dad's like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, we're all doing prayer and everybody's asking where you are. He's like, I've been trying to stall for y'all. I was like, oh, damn. And then we had to walk into just everybody holding hands going. And just watching you walk.
Yeah. Dude, luckily we had enough at this shitty one where they didn't care enough to where like I started to realize over time because the Thanksgiving was all just like quiet, boring stuff. Sometimes it would get fun conversation, but it was always just like until you would see one of your family members like this on the table, and then you would look over at me and I'd be like like just enjoying whatever chaos was coming. But like my cousin was dating this guy at the time, and hopefully somehow none of them hear this story or whatever. I don't really talk to them anymore.
We're gonna send it directly to them.
Yeah. But I don't remember his name or whatever, but I mean, I totally do. We'll just call him James or whatever. But like, and he was just like this Irish guy, which it sucks that I'm terrible at the accent, bro. I really wish I could portray this guy saying silly things.
Go for it. I dare you.
No, it's pretty terrible. Like an Irish guy.
Okay.
An Irish guy. I keep wanting to say A after, and it turns Canadian.
Yeah.
But he's like a 5'8" guy, and I'm talking like picture, you know, shitty like little red buzz cut, kind of like reddish brownish, just little thin beard.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Irish.
But I mean, yeah, Irish, but like former Marine and military, both.
So Patrick Logan.
Both. This is the claim was both.
Wait,
I
former Marine and what?
And military.
Okay, both of those things. Gotcha.
Yes, and I think he did
those
one of them.
Separate things.
Yeah, but you would see the guy, and he's one of those guys that just constantly had like he's a guy that I would describe as like grinning into the distance, like somebody who just is like
a stupid.
Yeah, and like you would call his name, and he would turn at you like
this.
A
guy who's like.
Yeah, but not open smile, like closed smile grin, like a
yeah.
And then you would call him, but this guy like 5'8".
That guy doesn't know about Tartaria.
Yeah. And then also picture the outfit for Thanksgiving being like a gray Walmart graphic tee.
Sick.
But worn so bad, like somehow
he loves this Walmart graphic tee.
Yeah, and like but tight. It's like tight on. Like if he lifted his arms, it's going above his belly button.
Nice. Risky thing to wear to Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Walmart black mesh shorts.
Oh, you knew that. I knew shorts were coming.
And then you knew that the all black like Walmart tennis shoes were coming in there too. And now I'm not knocking the Walmart fit. It's just you picturing this Irish grinning into the distance guy in that fit. You're like, oh, he's just a sweetheart.
He belongs in Walmart.
Yeah.
As they say in the South, bless his heart.
Yes. That's exactly what I was saying. The next was the bless his heart thing. So, and he's there, and he's very like, this cousin I had was like very, dominant type woman. So, he's a very nice guy who's like controlled by the woman, but he's very nice and he's telling fun stuff. But every time he opens his mouth, the entire family's like, and it's like a small little family, definitely like a lot of women there too. But with like a couple of the guys being there, I mean, every single time I was ear to ear grinning, like Joker smile with whatever this guy had to say. But we got into some conversation about, because we're up in this property in like Tennessee and never been there before, seeing their house, and we keep hearing gunshots, and they're like, people are hunting here all the time. Somehow, like, I guess
hunting the most dangerous game.
People are hunting on Thanksgiving Day, or shooting guns / hunting or whatever.
The season is around Thanksgiving usually.
Yeah. But usually if somebody's claiming that people are hunting a lot around somewhere, you're like,
my family used to hunt on Thanksgiving.
But I mean like in an area where it's like there's residential, it's a lot of houses, there's water near there, but it's like animals also leave places too, where like a lot of people.
We're in a goddamn subdivision.
Yeah. So we're like, you can just
crazy.
Yeah. So like the uncles there being like, yeah, we go out here and shoot this and that. And it's like getting in the gun talk, and then it's all just boring stuff, like. I mean, it's very
They're talking calibers. They're
talking
oil.
It's autistic. It's country autist.
You're like, we could have focused on having a juicy turkey, but instead we got like
we're talking about calibers of bullets.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Exactly. And like, so he, and then all of a sudden, scattered conversation at the little big table or whatever. Not a lot of people, but a big table, and the conversation is like him, smiling into the distance and then chiming in about a new gun that he just got. And now immediately it's
a 9mm and they're upset because it's metric.
Hell yeah. No, fucking he's like so ecstatic about it, and they're like, oh, whatever, and they're like, well, we're gonna go off and shoot the fun guns or whatever, and he doesn't get to tag along for that. So like the uncles and shit leave or whatever, and it's like me, like my mom, her sisters, some of the girlfriends, and then like the guy James and like some of the other, maybe like 2 other guys, my cousin upstairs playing video games or something like that. But and I was probably I think this was definitely one of the last Thanksgivings we had up there, but I was probably like 16, 17, so prime trouble trolling, just being like, how can I keep my grin on my face for this entire Thanksgiving? And he was very adamant that he like about this new gun. So I started asking him about it. And I don't know shit about guns, and I don't know fucking jack shit.
You're just smiling and nodding through him.
And even like at the time, which is crazy. I mean, I definitely like, it's tough to maneuver this part, but so he's like in the midst of somehow getting me like he thinks that I'm so intrigued in this gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm intrigued that you're a fucking idiot. And like, I'm like just trying to survive this Thanksgiving. We got to drive 3.5 hours home after this or whatever. And finally, like we go outside and like for some reason, like my mom and my stepdad had came out there too. Yeah. And they're thinking, you know, whatever they're thinking at this time, but I'm outside with him. It's a little chilly. They're doing something out front, and like my mom had said
they're
something.
Shooting guns.
Well, no, like they had already gone off at this point, like way off property, and like it's all the chill people at the house or whatever talking, and then, like my mom had said something to me that like I'll reveal after the occurrence, but like we're outside, and I'm like, oh, do you have this gun on you?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's in the trunk of my car. And I'm like,
the most useful place to keep a gun.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, sweet, dude. Like, let's see it. And like, my mom's like, no, like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it'll be fine or whatever.
He's
and
Irish. He doesn't have gun in his blood the way that we do.
Yeah. And then we're out there and like, this is in the midst of, you're hearing all these people that are shooting guns off in the distance, doing their Thanksgiving stuff. And then we're just like at this on the top of this giant driveway. The big house is here. There's a giant mountain here. And like the car is just parked right here. So we're just standing on the edge of this driveway. And, you know, like I said, I don't know shit about the like guns or anything at this time. And he pulls out the gun from the trunk.
Yeah.
And immediately my mom and my stepdad are like, yo, put that thing away. What the fuck are you doing? And he's like, no, the shit's not loaded. Like, there's nothing. It's all blah, 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 blah. And he's talking to me about it. I'm like, yo, that's kind of crazy, blah, blah, blah. Pow! Bro, yeah. Immediately, bro.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm talking like I
By
step
the way,
away.
are we talking like a handgun, a rifle?
A handgun.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know specifically what kind. But I mean, just a pot, and like that's the first time I had ever been right in front of a gun when it went off.
Yeah.
And like I'm standing back, like,
yeah,
like still, like this guy's an idiot. And
yeah.
like I didn't realize that like I'm like looking at my mom, and she's like giving me this look from like across the driveway from like whatever they were doing, standing over there, like little chairs or fire pit. And she's like saying something to me, and I'm like, oh, I can't understand what she's saying. And then it's all like kind of like coming back in because my ears were ringing. I didn't even
unexpected gunshots are
crazy.
Terrifying.
Oh,
especially on Thanksgiving.
And expected gunshots are fun. Unexpected gunshots, not a good time.
And I didn't even know, like at the time, I'm like, oh, this guy's just an idiot. And I'm like, this is. You know, I didn't at the time. I'm not like, oh, this isn't funny anymore. I'm like,
this got so much funnier.
Yeah, this guy is ruining Thanksgiving. Hell yes.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you know, I see James, and he's like putting it in the trunk, closing it, and he's like sitting there, like, you know, with both arms back on the trunk, like just grinning into the distance, like. And my mom like comes over, and my hearing comes back. She's like, blah blah blah, and then we go back inside, and it's all like quiet inside.
Yeah.
And we go back inside.
Compared to a gunshot,
yeah,
I bet it was pretty quiet.
And like obviously, you know, a little bit later as I got older, I was realizing like they all knew entirely what it was. But I didn't know what that whole scenario was at the time.
You didn't even realize it was a gunshot?
Well, like I did then. I'm saying I didn't realize that they knew the setup. They knew that the setup and the punch was like him showing me this gun in the worst case scenario was accidentally firing it. And I didn't think that was a possibility because I was like, this is just hilarious. Like he's just an idiot. Whatever he does, whatever he's showing me with the gun, it's going to be hilarious.
You didn't get taught about guns enough when you were younger.
Well, I did. Like my father was a police officer. I did, but like I didn't, I knew enough to be like, have false trust in the guy about being like, even though he's an idiot, I didn't know enough that was like,
oh, stupid people can have guns too.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't, like I knew that was
That's
a thing.
Scary realization.
But I was like, oh, he's not one of those guys or something.
He's not a trained professional.
I didn't know that. And
they give it to.
But you said he was a military Marines.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That was part of it. So it was all about being like.
Here's the thing. the Army boot camp is where I found out that stupid people can have guns. Like, that's where I learned that. And they keep giving them to them. So, no, it's like they're more concerned with, can you aim this? They're not really concerned with, like, they call them jarheads. And they're so stupid, they like it.
No, that's fair. But the thing about it too, though, was I didn't think it was possible. And like my mom is like, she had said this before. She was like, he's gonna kill you with that thing, and I was like, no, he's not. Like he's blah blah blah. And like my mom knew that I was just trying to push buttons and be funny or like get my kicks out of this. And so like it's all quiet when we go back in, and and this is also pre-dinner. So we're pre-dinner talk. Like all of this talk about them and the guns, this is all like just appetizer, kind of like waiting on finishing touch. So they're going out, they're about to come back.
Like the turkey is getting ready to come out of the oven.
Yeah. So this is all
even cut the turkey and you're fucking pulling guns out.
Yeah. That like weird like late noon, like after Thanksgiving, and you're just waiting on everyone.
I wasn't
to get there.
Picturing broad daylight accidental gun going.
Oh
off.
yeah, this was like broad daylight,
middle in the day.
So we go back and shit's like quiet, and we're kind of like getting ready to eat, and they're coming back from the hunting thing or whatever they go do,
going to shoot
and
going
like
to suck each other.
Yeah, and it's all quiet things there, and there's like little comments here and there where my aunt is like, did he fucking fire the gun or whatever? And like, little comments like that are just being thrown.
Oh my
here
God,
and there.
everybody's still being polite about it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, not polite, but more like just bitchy under the breath.
Yeah.
Like trying not to make it
passive aggressive.
because they know it's terrible. And I didn't know how bad it was at the time, being like, damn, I almost got popped. Like from this
I thought
thing.
you were going to say he shot your mom or something.
Yeah.
Or somebody that, because when you said that they were out there, I was like, dude.
What a
Dude,
crazy
yeah.
Inception double story if he told us about
That was how my mom
after
died.
his mom died, and then he gave us the beginning of the story after.
No,
Yeah, like,
dude,
Mom,
I thought that's
I
why
should've.
he's like, they came outside. I was like, that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah, the
They get
craziest-
shot in the foot or something. Like,
Yeah, that was close. But I'm
that's
sitting there
crazy.
and I'm like,
Showing guns
oh,
in
whatever.
turkey.
Like, he's right. He goes inside and he's just like doing whatever, and we're talking, and then I don't see him for a bit. I don't remember the exact specifics after that because it was all just kind of like,
Dude, he probably
rocked.
turned so red when that gun went off.
He was red. Yes, you nailed it. He was red the entire time, but he's still got the grin on his face, and he's being a trooper, bro.
Looking like a cartoon Satan.
We come back and we're doing the Thanksgiving, and like I'm sitting there and I'm still kind of like making all the fun of it in my head.
It's still fun for you.
Yeah, and we're sitting there and like I'm looking over at him, bro, and I'm like sitting there and I'm like, something's coming out of the gray shirt over there at the table. And I'm like looking around at people, and like people aren't really getting too smashed. Like the family wasn't drinking that crazy, and nobody's like looking over at him. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, everybody's avoiding looking at it.
yeah, and I'm like, my smile's like actively getting bigger, and then as I keep ticking back my eyes at his, like it's on the right inside of his arm, and I'm taken back, and as I like notice the splotch on his arm, I'm like, the smile is fading, bro.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm at the table like, oh no, bro. Like now I'm in the shoes, bro. And then like he gets up and goes to the bathroom at one point. We're kind of like wrapping plates up, and we do the good desserts. The desserts were the home runs of this one. The food sucked, the desserts were slamming.
Yeah,
and I'm
you
like,
gotta
oh,
have something.
dessert here, boom. Blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this or whatever. I'm eating my dessert. And I'm like, I'm going to go run upstairs to the bathroom real quick. And I go up there, and James is coming out of the bathroom. And he's got the grin on his face, and he's like holding like a bloody paper towel.
His face is white now. He's been bleeding out through the entire dinner.
Oh, yeah. No, James was, he was a ghost up in the halls. But he's holding.
Pale. He's like, I feel a little weird, man.
Yeah, and he's holding like a bloody.
Browser for the turkey.
That turkey really got to me, man.
And he's like, he's like holding like a bloody paper towel. And I'm like, yo, you good or whatever? And he's like, yeah, I just think a little bit of the shrapnel got me or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
What
His
did he
Irish
shoot?
accent.
Did he just shoot the ground?
So that's the thing is like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, I'm like, yo, is he good?
Because
how
do you get caught on the inside of the arm like that?
Yep. So then I'm going and I'm like, what the fuck did he do? Like how is he like bleeding like this or whatever though? And then I go into the bathroom and I mean just like left on the counter, bro, on like just not even on a towel or anything. It's like little pieces of metal. With like clearly like blood on them, and I'm like, first of all, this guy had exploding bullets.
Surgery.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. He did a Civil War operation in the bathroom.
Dude, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm tripped out at this point because I'm like, this isn't funny anymore.
Yeah, you're in an
I'm like,
active war zone.
He's
dude.
like, let me get downstairs. I got to get my blood sugar up a little bit.
He's like, the desserts just came out. I had to pull this thing out. No, but he gets in, and I'm like, what the? So I pick that up, and I'm like in a tissue, obviously, and I'm obviously still like, what? This is crazy. And then like I'm downstairs, and I just like go to the table, and it's James like with the blood. Like, you know, he's like, oh, I just, you know, got a cut on my arm or whatever. And they're like, yo, what the fuck is that? And then it's just me down there like, yo, look what I found in the bathroom after James, yo. And then they're all like, James, fire that fucking gun off and the thing. And you could have killed him when he was standing there. And then it's just like a screaming match like in the kitchen right there, bro, immediately.
That's
like
insane.
Right for dessert time. And like I don't really know what happened from that, but I saw him the next year, and that was like
he got invited back.
That was like they were
crazy.
still that I could, no, and the only reason I remember this now is because this was definitely the last Thanksgiving we had. It's because I had seen him the next year, bro, and what he told me was that like months
hey, got a new
later,
gun.
Yeah, he told me months
You
later.
See it?
Yeah, he. Exactly. And if I could, he said that more shit came out like after the thing. And then what he proceeded to do was pull out of his pocket like a crunched up bullet that I don't know where he got, but the claim was that when his skin was like healing, that the bullet pushed itself back.
That's a lie.
Out of the thing.
He's lying.
And I'm sitting there, and that was when that was like a revelation for me as a teenager to be like, oh yeah, there is these people here, bro.
Yeah,
so like
just making stuff up.
And then that was like the first time I was like, man, bless your heart, bro.
Because that can happen, but that's like smaller stuff usually.
Oh
right?
yeah,
that's like small pieces of shrapnel will do that if they're stuck in the skin. But I don't think that'll happen if you have a bullet in your bicep.
Oh, it's not happening. Also, fuck whatever like time period of
also,
him.
what kind of pussy ass gun is gonna hit a bicep point blank and not go through?
Yes, bro. So
you need a refund.
So at whatever time period from that Thanksgiving and that insane moment happening to the next Thanksgiving, what he gained from it was that he found a bullet somewhere that was crunched up and was like,
well, dude, all right.
This is going to be the
this
coolest.
This is like a JFK story now.
Let me paint a picture from his perspective, okay? He's like, I'm about to be the coolest fucking dude at this party.
The coolest cousin.
There's another cousin here. I'm about to be so cool. And then your mom comes out there, and he's like, "Oof, tough crowd already, dude." like mom, dad out there, they're giving the don't go over there. He's a fucking he's an idiot, you know.
I should leave.
Then
maybe
he pulls the gun out, and the absolute worst case scenario happens, dude. The gun goes off. Like I couldn't imagine how fucking stupid you would feel as soon as it went off.
Yeah.
And then it's like he probably sat on that for a year. Like I gotta fucking save face. Like I gotta come up with some sort of story.
And he found a crunch bullet in his little sweetheart brain. He was
on
like,
Facebook Marketplace. Look for a crunched up bullet for a vet.
Nah, I bet that guy just went out in his backyard and just shot a bunch of rounds into the ground and then started digging.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, we
bro.
had a friend that now it is speculated now that hindsight is 2020 that this might have been on purpose, in pursuit of some prescription pain pills, but that's neither here nor there. But a friend of ours in a big group pulled out a gun to show everybody and shot his foot with a 22.
That's
And literally, the response was he shot, like the gun goes off and he just goes down and everybody was like, dude, no, you didn't. Like,
yeah.
That was the only thing our friend group said. And like his mom was so mad. Like, I get it being upset as a parent, but it's like, he's literally shot. And you're screaming.
Yeah. Literally
that's
shot.
Dude. That's not helping.
He's been shot.
Yeah. You being hysterical is not helping.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'll have to tell y'all a crazy one off the pod. I was definitely about to rip it, but I was like, yeah. That's great potting.
Yeah.
Long.
We're long.
Yeah, we went long.
Nice.